You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris, brought to you in part by Reaper Arsenal Coffee. Smells like freedom. And we got restocked over the weekend with new Reaper Arsenal Coffee here.
Gathering Saturday over in Brandon. Now
officially open now.
Open, doing business, and fantastic place right there on North Split Rock Boulevard.
Super, super cool place too. What do we got for today, Dan?
Birthday candles, John C. Riley. I like him.
He's a super talented guy.
Of course, co-starring in Talladega Nights, one of the finest racing movies ever in the history of racing movies. Step Brothers and all kinds of other stuff. John is 56 today.
Okay.
Nice.
Bob Dylan, A.T.
Did you say he's from?
Well, he's actually born in Duluth, Minnesota, up in the North Shore, Lake Superior. Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, all that stuff. It's great. It's a great cruise, summer cruise. If you're looking for a great road trip, really not all that far from here. Go do the North Shore, Lake Superior. It's kind of fun.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, keep in mind.
Do you want to come with?
Sure.
If you're buying gas, whatever the case may be, Texas will just slaughter you because it's Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
But just sign here, sir. No big deal. Radar O'Reilly, Gary Berghoff is 78.
Oh, wow.
Holy cow. From MASH. Heidi's looking at me like, what?
I didn't really watch.
Radar O'Reilly. You got to know who this is, though.
I know who Radar was,
okay.
But I didn't watch.
All right. Heidi, who obviously is not from the United States of America.
MASH.
Who is this woman to my left?
I didn't like MASH. I was more of a Hogan's Heroes girl.
She doesn't like the Beatles and she doesn't like MASH. How are we even married?
To each their own, John.
Yeah.
To each their own.
Drop some divorce papers. Working on that now.
Well, glad I could help.
Thanks, Dan.
Was 1844. A gentleman by the name of Samuel Morse taps out the world's very first telegraph message.
Nice.
I happen to know what that was. Do you? For possibly $1 million, John and Heidi?
Do you know it, Heidi?
I don't.
It was, would you like to save money on your credit card?
There you go. Yeah, your car warranty is about to expire.
Is that what it was? I couldn't think of the words. Car warranty. That's what it was.
Sammy kicked a little more old school.
What did he say?
Quote, what hath God wrought?
Ooh.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah, spell check might even change that nowadays.
What God wrought was the world's first telegraph message.
Huh.
That's pretty cool.
And it was, let's see here, 1935. This, sometimes I try to put myself, in this place. Like, what would you even think? All right, it's baseball. It's Major League Baseball, right? Everybody's familiar with watching a ball game.
Sure.
1935, this day, or rather this night, the very first Major League Baseball game is played at night under the lights.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The public's mind had been just blown.
You would think, yeah.
First baseball game under the lights. It happened to Cincinnati. Cincinnati Reds beat Philly 2-1 in that game, just so you know.
Nice.
And in 1899, to wrap it up, the first automobile repair shop in the country opens in Boston, Massachusetts.
That's awesome.
Things would be a little slow until Billion did their first fairground sale about 2 years later. I know, we all know. We just forge ahead.
We're going to do that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by Reaper Arsenal Coffee. Smells like freedom. Are you ready to travel again?
Join us for the best week of your life.
The Sands is an immersive Gen X era experience for 5 sun-filled and fun-filled days at Dreams and Secrets all-inclusive resorts in Cancun.
Enjoy music from Billy Idol,
Cheap Trick,
Little River Band,
The Hooters,
Tesla,
Wang Chung,
Firehouse,
Honeymoon Suite,
CNC Music Factory,
The Jets, and more.
Make plans to join us for the Sands.
October 25th through 30th.
Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
That's radiotravelgroup.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
And it is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. Dan, what do you find interesting this morning?
This was what are you, Shakespeare?
I know.
I don't think that's what I meant. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We'll lay down for a while. Heidi and I will finish this.
I have a fever.
Holy cow. I was thinking of you when I stumbled across this little gem here, John.
Okay.
It was 20 years ago This is the 20th anniversary of the Croc. Not the crocodile.
Oh, no.
That gorgeous footwear.
Most comfortable shoe ever.
You see going up and down catwalks all over the world. Do you realize that that little piece of foot goodiness was debuted at a boat show in Florida 20 years ago, did an initial run of 200 pair.
Huh.
They just thought it'll be kind of a cute little deal, 200 pair. And holy moly. So 2 decades later, where do you think we're at with Crocs in this country? I'm glad you asked. This is unbelievable. Wishlisted.com did general research of Google Trends and searches and whatnot and found that online searches for Crocs among Delaware residents, for instance, are up 104% over just a year ago.
That is insane.
They're so comfy, though.
Oh.
I'm wearing a Croc right now. I just took this off. This is a different style Croc than most people have.
Absolutely no one cares, John.
But I'm just saying, these are the comfy ones right here.
They are hideous.
They aren't alone in their enthusiasm. 20 years after the fact, 6 other places have seen dramatic jumps in Crocs over the past 12 months. California Croc buyers up 150%. Nevada 131%. Arizona 130%. Louisiana 120%. Texas 100% sales increase in Texas and Crocs.
Well, but they only sold 7 Crocs last year, and this year's 14.
Makes 0 sense. You're probably wondering, where does South Dakota come in on this? South Dakota actually ranks 48th.
Out of 50.
I'm sorry, it's 47th overall as far as it's... in fact, it's fallen 8 full spots from a year ago.
You know, we probably ranked a lot higher until I started wearing these out in public. Now people are like, is that what I look like? I'm not wearing those.
I only know, I think, 2 other people that wear them. 2 other people.
I had a Croc-related injury that took me to an emergency room last year.
Oh, what's interesting is
they're super dangerous.
Both of them over, I think, the past year, I've defriended on Facebook.
Did you really?
Yeah, not just for the Crocs, but that was certainly an element in my decision.
This particular study is how you know the nation has just quit caring. I mean, they've just given up. We've just given up.
Stick the fork in.
These are comfy. Let's wear these. I like them.
I can't get over the Texas thing. Somehow this cannot be correct.
What if they got spurs on the back of theirs?
But a lot of people from the West Coast, California, LA, are moving to Texas.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bring in there.
All right, there you go.
And their Crocs with them.
I
Croc
thought
stocks.
that was interesting.
That is very interesting, and this is stuff Dan finds interesting.
Addiction. It's a problem for many, and addiction can drive away those who love you the most. Addiction can also lead to the loss of jobs, broken relationships, and, if you're not careful, addiction can even cost you your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for your morning coffee break, brought to you by Kaladi's Bistro on the corner of 26th and Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Mr. Dan on this morrow. Would you guys stop?
Welcome to this morrow. What does that even mean?
I think I misspoke. Good morrow to you. I'll Google that while you tell me. What do you got over there, Dan?
Organization called recovery.org, and it is literally what you would think it is. They deal into the world of alcohol use and abuse. That is what they do. Across the board in the United States of America, this is interesting because when you think, the ladies who do the girls' night out, they're probably going to be in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s. There's been a huge uptick in females over the age of 50 that have started drinking a lot more in the past year and admitting to it.
Oh, yeah.
What's interesting about it is they say most of the reason is a lot of them during the pandemic, they've been at home a lot more, and they tend to like those reality shows like the Real Housewife franchise.
Yeah.
Those women are always just guzzling the vino.
We are impacted by what we watch. My wife and I started
sure.
drinking tea because we started watching The Mentalist.
Yeah.
Now, in our state, 1 in 10 women over the age of 50 in South Dakota admit to drinking more now than they did when they were in their 20s and 30s.
Whoa.
That age group, by the way, accounts for about 7% of the women in the state. So I just thought, well, that's kind of fascinating.
That is fascinating. This could have been stuff Dan finds interesting, because this is also interesting.
It could have been. Well, I have interest in this kind of stuff because, you know, and again, just Facebook, for instance, it's all the time, you know, here's women, I wish I had my wine, blah, 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 whatever, you know, hey.
Yeah.
Crack a phone book. It starts with A.
There's a couple more A's. There's just one more A.
All I'm saying.
If you have a couple, that's insurance.
All I'm saying. It's all fun and games until everyone's life is destroyed.
Yeah. I Googled Morrow, since you guys are going to...
What on earth for?
Because you guys were harassing me for saying good morrow. Morrow is the very near future.
Okay.
It's also the following day. So tomorrow would be good
tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's also part of bones, but, you know,
that's
whatever.
marrow.
Same thing.
Well, good morrow to each and every one of you. Dan, we will see you tomorrow.
Wow.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Nice ascot and monocle.
Thank you.
There, Monopoly man.
Last night, Heidi asked me, where's your ascot? She was making fun of me.
He was doing a Zoom call trying to look all sophisticated. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Little smoking jacket.
He had a cigar. I'm like, seriously?
Hello, everybody.
I said, do you want me to get your ascot?
Sorry, I'm late for the Zoom meeting.
Wow.
Had to grade some papers.
Look at the bright side. We're just thankful Crocs doesn't make slippers.
Yeah, there you go. Dan, we'll talk to you tomorrow, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. Have a good one.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you in part by SiouxEmpireJobs.com.
If you're looking for special prices on some pretty amazing products, check out the website radiosavings.com. We're adding new items all the time, so you might find something cool. And you can save money when you buy stuff at radiosavings.com. One other thing many people like, many of the products you'll find at radiosavings.com are made in the USA. Good quality items at great prices. Radiosavings.com.
We can save you more.
Radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. They can brighten any room with a beautiful light fixture, and we are going to brighten your day right now with some positive news. I've got Rutger Bruning joining me right now, and he's got a thing called Story Terrace. Rutger, tell me a little more about this.
I mean, Story Terrace helps people to turn their life story into a book so that it will never get lost. And we do that by pairing people up with one of our over 600 ghostwriters.
And the thing that's neat, when you think about all of the stories that we know from the past, the stories that we know have been written down somewhere, and that's how we know them. So this is a way for your grandma, your grandpa, your mom, your dad, people in your life that have amazing stories, to have those not just shared to you and then forget them, but to be shared for generations to come.
Absolutely. I personally listened very, very carefully to my grandfather, who was a great storyteller. But after he passed away, those stories, ultimately, they really faded very quickly, and I regretted that I didn't record them, which is why I've been thinking around this problem and trying to find a solution for so long.
Now, when somebody has an interest in Story Terrace, what is the first step? Do they go to a website? Do they call somebody? What is the very first thing they do?
Yeah, they can go to our website and they can read more about our process and the writers we work with, the different packages that we have. Everything is very transparent. And they can either purchase a package or they can give us a call or get a call back. So they can talk a little bit more about the questions they have. And then if they buy it for themselves, they will get a project editor to talk to them about their life, their personality, so we can match them with the right writer out of these 600, so they can talk easily with them. If it's a gift, we send the gift box, which then, after that's been given to the person who has the Mother's Day or the Father's Day or the big birthday, we connect them with one of our project editors who then again talks to them about their life and learns them about them a little bit. Now,
something like this, if somebody is thinking about getting this for their entire family, is that usually what it is? Like they'll give as a gift?
Yes, a lot of people give it, with their family, with their siblings, and sometimes it's around the birthday. They often work with one person telling their story. They often obviously talk in their book about their family and what they know about their parents and grandparents. So there's a lot of family history in there. But sometimes we also make, especially for wedding anniversaries, we make a couples book, which we call, or sometimes we have very special bespoke projects where we write an entire sort of family history.
And that would be kind of neat. So then you could have different chapters for different people in the family. Is that how that works?
Yeah, exactly. That's one way that could work. Or sometimes there are certain themes in a family history. Sometimes there's a family business involved. So that could be a certain thread through the book. And sometimes it's about a family migrating, and there's different aspects to that. So it really, really, unique. And every book is different at Storytellers. We don't have a process which is exactly set from the start, because we want to provide the right quality, but also the ability to adapt to every story.
And I see that this is something that, if somebody listening is going, boy, I love this idea, but I don't know how I would even put this together because I'm not a writer. The good news is they don't have to be a writer. You have writers, right?
Absolutely. So we match these people with a writer, and not just with a writer, but with a writer that matches with their personality and their background, so that when they meet, they have a really easy flowing conversation, and they don't need to think about the writing or what they say. They can always provide feedback throughout the project to the writer, and they can just talk. And that, in our experience, brings out the best stories and the best reflections on people's lives.
Now, if somebody listening is a writer and they're saying, boy, this sounds like a lot of fun, I would like to help. Are you looking for writers ever?
Yes, we're growing very fast as a company, and we love to hear from writers who have a true passion for helping people and families to capture their stories.
The website, once again, is storyterrace.com. I see across the top how it works. There's some samples. There's also a thing for writers. All of the information, pretty darn simple, pretty darn easy to find. Again, storyterrace.com. Rutger, thank you for your time today. I appreciate it a bunch.
Great pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Again, the website is storyterrace.com. STORYTERRACE.com.
I kind of feel like I've been talking about BetterCreditCards.com forever now, but we want to mention that BetterCreditCards.com is designed to help you get a better credit card. Why should that matter to you? Because this can save you money every single month. There's no fee to check it out, so when you get a minute, click on the website BetterCreditCards.com and see if we can help you find a better credit card. Do it today. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm ruggedly handsome. I'm a heck of a man. I mess around with nature whenever I can.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir, I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love the little critters and the big critters, too. Like to cook them up in a tasty stew.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir, I'm Ranger Dan. Well, it's time for Critter Corner right here on Sunny. If you like the show, then send me some money.
He's Ranger Dan.
Cash and credit card only. Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
And a heartfelt little snapmy Monday morning salute to you two little goofballs. Gunther, how you doing? Hello, Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
Hey, it's been goodness gracious. It's been a couple of months, and I got to tell you what, that back room's really filling up. We were diving into the mailbag.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
Had quite a bit of correspondence, and gosh darn, it's just kind of hard to keep up with the whole thing. Let's take a peek here, bust one of these babies open. Starts out, Dear Ranger Dan, love your show. Critter Corner is the best thing on the radio.
Nice.
Also, my mom, my grandma, my sister, and my aunt Karen all find you ruggedly handsome.
Ooh, nice.
Now, the reason for my letter is a few months back, you did a series, fascinating series, a great little series on the American bald eagle. Oh, I remember that.
I do too.
I remember that. That's pretty action-packed and hard-hitting. Part of it was, Ranger Dan, that even though those eagles are not endangered anymore, it's still totally illegal to do anything to them, with them, etc. It's even against the law to even have one of their feathers. Totally true.
Oh.
But because you're like a ranger and stuff, you said that we could buy eagle feathers on your website. Anyway, I ordered one. And sure enough, a few weeks later, for just the low price, $12.95 plus shipping and handling, when I received it, securely wrapped in what appears to be a plastic Aldi bag wrapped in duct tape, it looked absolutely great, all dark and black and brown with some little highlights in it and then tinged in a gorgeous white.
Nice.
Notice the white part was kind of stiff and sticky, though, so I just ran it under some warm water, and all the white part just washed off.
Oh, no.
My dad says it looks like a crow feather. I told him, no way. But I am kind of, interested in maybe what the deal is. Again, love the show. You're a true national treasure. Signed, your biggest fan, Braden Lindquist.
Nice.
That's a great letter, Brendan. A couple things. First, if you're on Karen is Single, have her send me a quick bio and a couple dozen photos. That'd be great. Second, I think I made it pretty darn clear that possessing any eagle feather is illegal. Not sure what kind of a business you think I'm running here. Three, if you had read the fine print of that feather offer, you would have clearly seen on page 7, section C, the words, what appears to be a genuine American bald eagle feather. Always read the fine print, Billy. If your dad's so darn smart, he would have taught you that. Thank you for sharing there, Benny. Appreciate it very much. Remember, Ranger Dan Enterprises, the site for no refunds, no returns. Guaranteed. So, Mr. Critter Corner, this is Ranger Dan out. Say it with me, won't you, please?
Yes, sir.
Addiction. It's a problem for many, and addiction can drive away those who love you the most. Addiction can also lead to the loss of jobs, broken relationships, and, if you're not careful, addiction can even cost you your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. We want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, May 24th, 2021. Equities are coming off a rocky week and will need to regain lost ground with this week's action. The S&P 500 closed down less than 0.25% for the week after shedding more than 2% at the low of the week. While bullish, the action left a lot to be desired from investors. For one, the index confirmed resistance at previous week's high, and for another, selling action late on Friday suggests professional traders and investors don't want to be caught long in the market. This week, the focus will be on the remaining earnings reports for the Q1 cycle. These include reports from retailers like AutoZone, Williams & Sonoma, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Costco. They've all benefited from the pandemic tailwinds, along with the earnings and economic data in the form of consumer confidence, housing data, and a key read on core consumer inflation. If there's one report for the market to be scared of, it's the report on core consumer inflation. You can get the inside track in your inbox at marketbeatminute.com.